Let me ask each of you and try to get a relatively quick answer and see if we have time for questions from the audience, because I'm not making Christy Turlington late, who is following us on the stage. Address, if you will, the core of the argument against Obama, made partly by McCain and some others. That is that it's a feel-good campaign. He gives great speeches, but he's not experienced. And some of the directions he'd take us are naive, and the United States would be less safe as a result of that and less prosperous as a result of that.
Let me speak schizophrenically as somebody who's here from the campaign, but somebody who obviously supported Barack Obama early on and for a number of reasons. I think the first thing is that he's a leader, and I think that really matters. And people can try to discount it by talking about it's just feel good and he gives a good speech. But I think he very effectively inspires people to be just a little bit bigger and just a little bit more active. And quite frankly, if you look at the panoply of challenges that the next president is going to face on the domestic front, from by then who knows how much gas will cost, healthcare, to on the international stage, it's going to require the participation of the citizenry. And I think he is a leader who can inspire that. The second thing is that he does have experience. His experience is not in the Congress. Let's remember that the Bush administration, when they came into office, was described as having the most experienced foreign policy team in modern times. And what that experience has gained us is a war that we cannot afford, that has not brought about the results that one might have hoped for if we were going to go ahead and go to war, and has certainly not left us safer. It's also left us, quite frankly, very broke. And I think that's a real question. What is experience in a presidential campaign? Yes, John McCain has laudable experience and an honorable service to his country. So does Barack Obama.
And he's tough.
And he's tough. So is Barack Obama. He's not rude. He's not nasty. And he doesn't call people names, but he is tough. He has held a very firm line. Look at the way he's managed his campaign. This is a man that can manage. This is a man that has vision. This is a man who's disciplined and who's organized. He brings to the campaign, I think, an experience of the world by the very nature of who he is. And you said it in your opening remarks. He said it in the '04 Democratic Convention when he talked about the tall, skinny guy with the big ears and the funny name, and whoever thought he would have been there that night giving that speech. So I think he's got experience in Chicago, he's got experience at the state level, he's got experience as an organizer and experience as a senator. That he is naive, I think that's nonsense. I think what he is modern, and I think this is a man who doesn't just look out 4 years to see how he can get reelected after he's president the first time. He looks out 25, 30, 40, 50 years. And he says, what are we facing? And we are not simply facing the fact that the Bush administration has created the front line of the war on terrorism in Iraq. That is not the only challenge we face. And he's talking about positioning America to lead and to manage all of those. And I think that's experience, leadership, and vision that we need.